Right, well, we checked all the float heights, but I'd forgotten to do something. And what I'd actually forgotten to do was check the floats to see if there was any air getting in them. So basically, you just get your float and put it in petrol and see if it sinks. Problem with that is it takes a long time. So what I tend to do is hang something on them that weighs a bit, that sinks them down to the bottom. Then you watch for air bubbles. I know you can't see there, but see if I can alter the camera so you can see. If you look there, you look here, we've got the float in petrol. And what I want to do is watch it and see if any air bubbles. Now we'll leave it 5 minutes in there and come back. I've marked each float so I know which float's off which carburetor. You've got to totally submerge them to see if any air comes out. Hopefully none will, because then we don't have to change the carb. So just put this back where it was. Getting a bit difficult to get this to stand up. There we go. Right, so we submerged that one. Doesn't look like there's any air coming out of it. And looking at it, I don't think there is any air coming out of that one. I'm not putting my fingers in there, it's too... I'm not putting my hands in petrol. Find a bit of wire. And lift it out with a bit of wire. That one looks alright. So we'll put that one to the side to dry out. We'll get my weight out again. But at this rate, it looks like I might have to put my fingers in. No, weight's coming out. So we'll try the next one, do the same with that. If we can. And we'll just hang that in and see this one. Now I'm totally submerging them and putting a weight on them to hold them down. I'm leaving them a couple of minutes, just see how they get on. But all the time they're in there, I'm watching them. If there's any leaks in these floats, then it would explain the problem that we're getting. I think I've just seen an air bubble. Oh, pardon me. No, it's not an air bubble. No, I think that one's alright. So we'll lift that one out and try another one. And as you can see, I'm not putting my hands in this petrol. It's the last thing you want to be doing. We've actually marked each of these floats so I know which carburetor they came out of. So that's the third float that's gone in. And again, there's no sign of any air coming out of them. It's just a bit weird, the fault we're getting. It's not what I expected. So we tried 3 of them now. And none of those 3 have got air bubbles. So we'll try that one. We best go and answer that. Right, I've had all 4 in there now. I've lost my little hook. I've had all 4 in. None of them there's any air coming from. So we'll let them dry out. I'll put the petrol back in the can. These days it's too expensive to throw it away. But what I had noticed was don't know where that's come from. Right in the bin. What I had noticed when I was taking them off, they don't actually look very straight. So if I lay these out in the order they came off, and we look at them, yeah, they are pretty straight. So next thing now would be to check that the spring's working on the, yeah. Yep, they're all alright. The inside of the carbs are clean. Get the rubber seals back on. These rubber seals to me aren't very good. Even though they're brand new. Once they've been on once, really, you should replace them. You shouldn't use them again. Right, we've got all the seals back in. And they're all in where they should be. So what we're going to do, we'll put the floats back on in a bit. I'm going to let them dry out and then I can inspect them. And we'll take it from there. Right, I'm going to put the floats back in. I've inspected them. They're all alright. Then I'm going to remeasure the heights just to make sure. And at the same time I'm going to make sure each float is free. So I'm going to go back in. There we go. Each of those is free. And we'll just quickly go over them again and measure them again. Just to make sure. We've still got this 26 mil, as you can see on it. Yep, they're all alright. All we've got to do now is make sure none of them are catching anywhere. Which none of them are. They're all alright. These things you've just got to check as you're doing it. Make sure each time. It's better to take your time and keep checking than just put them back together and do it once and, you know, they leak. It's the last thing you want. But now we'll start putting them back together. These are all going back together pretty easy. You alright?
Yeah.